Football is a beautiful game, it has a massive following everywhere you go. The fans are passionate and the stakes are high. So it is bound to get heated. In this video we'll be looking at 10 of the biggest rivalries around the world. Number 10. Ajax vs Feyenoord. Ajax and Feyenoord are the first and third most successful clubs in the Netherlands respectively, with Ajax winning more silverware than Feyenoord in nearly every competition, 73-39. This total includes both domestic and international trophies. Known as de Klassieker, the rivalry pits the two largest cities in the country against each other, working like Feyenoord against the perceived flashy arrogance of Ajax. Since the 1970s the fixture has been notorious for violent clashes between rival supporters. In 1997, one Ajax fan was beaten to death and players have been attacked even during reserve games. In 2009, with crowd trouble becoming increasingly commonplace, the mayors of the two cities took the decision to ban visiting fans from the fixture for the next 5 seasons, a ban which was extended after further crowd trouble during the 2014 Dutch Cup final. Number 9. Kaizer Chiefs vs Orlando Pirates. The Soweto Derby is a soccer rivalry between Premier Soccer League's Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates in South Africa. It was first contested on 24 January 1970. Matches between the two rivals attract a large fan base. Based in Soweto, Johannesburg, the rivalry stems from the fact that Kaizer Chiefs was formed by a former Orlando Pirates star Kaizer Motaung. Motaung had left Orlando Pirates to go play professional soccer in the now defunct North American Soccer League for a team called the Atlanta Chiefs. Upon returning home, he found a lot of infighting among the hierarchy at Pirates. He decided to form a Kaizer 11, which initially played friendly matches with various clubs in South Africa, and then this entity evolved to the Kaizer Chiefs. Number 8. Fenerbahce vs Galatasaray. Also known as Kediler Rossi Derby, Intercontinental Derby, the two Turkish football clubs actually represent the strongest teams from each side of the Bosphorus. As such, the matches between Fenerbahce, representing Asia, and Galatasaray, representing Europe, have turned into a competition between the two sides of Istanbul, resulting in intense and often bitter rivalry. The two football clubs played their first match in 1909 and were quite friendly with one another until that one fateful game on February 23, 1934 when desire to win turned into all-out rage. The match, which took place in the Taksim Stadi, had to be stopped numerous times because of hard fouls, and the tension between players began to affect the mood of the crowd. Needless to say, when the players began to fight, the stand turned into a warzone with the referee having no choice but to abandon the match. This marked the end of any friendliness between the two clubs. Number 7. Fluminense vs Flamengo. Its roots trace back to 1911 when a group of Fluminense players were released from the club and left distinctly unhappy. Their response was to join Flamengo. The two teams from Rio de Janeiro always have a feisty encounter when they meet, with so much riding on the game in terms of pride for the teams and also huge passion amongst the fans for this tie. Matches between these two rivals are played at the iconic Maracana Stadium, located near downtown Rio de Janeiro. Maracana has a 95,000 capacity and on derby days it is full to the rim, creating an electric atmosphere. Number 6. Derby della Capitale. In the Italian capital, Roma vs Lazio is a tense rivalry which dates back to the early 1900s. The hatred between Lazio and Roma started in 1927. Roma were formed in 1927 as the result of 3 teams merging together. Roman, Alba Audis and Fortitudo, started by Italo Fasci. In the 1960s, ultras started to create groups for their respective clubs. A history that is intense and goes back many decades shows why the derby between the two clubs is emotional and dramatic. Roma vs Lazio is more than just a game. It's the game that puts fans on the edge of their seat. Number 5. Real Madrid vs Barcelona. The two teams have met each other on 182 occasions in La Liga. Real Madrid have won 75 El Clasico games in La Liga to Barcelona's 72. 35 matches have ended in a draw. Also, Real have pocketed the most Spanish league titles. Luis Figo was once the most admired Barcelona player, but he left to join Real Madrid in 2000. 2 years later, the Portuguese midfielders returned to Barca and the white shirt. Emotions ran high and a pig's head, among many other things, was launched onto the new camp pitch in Figo's direction as Barca fans lashed out at a man they had once so adored. Number 4. Ahli vs Zamalek. The Cairo Derby is a football match between arguably the two most successful clubs in Egypt and Africa. Ahli and Zamalek are always competing between each other and were named by the Confederation of African Football as the first and second African clubs of the 20th century respectively. Dubbed the world's most violent derby by many, this match takes football rivalry to the next level. With the motto of Together Forever, the Ahli fans have taken quite literally, as they can be seen following their club as a collective. The Zamalek fans' tifo displays and pyrotechnic work rival that of Ahli, but their motto is slightly more chilling. The translation of brotherhood in blood and fans of the free public. Number 3. Celtic vs Rangers. The Old Firm is the collective name for the Scottish football club Celtic and Rangers, which are both based in Glasgow. The two clubs are by far the most successful and popular in Scotland, and the rivalry between them has become deeply embedded in Scottish culture. It has reflected and contributed to political, social, and religious division. Despite the age-old on-field rivalry, the tension between Celtic and Rangers supporters runs much deeper than what takes place on the soccer field. The conflict between the fans has erupted into violence on many occasions, with games between the two clubs ending in riots. Number 2. Boca Juniors and River Plate. Superclásico is the football match in Argentina between Buenos Aires rivals Boca Juniors and River Plate. The Superclásico is known worldwide as one of the fiercest derbies in football. Due to safety concerns resulting from the attack on the bus of Boca Juniors prior to the match, the second of 2018 Copa Libertadores final leg was moved outside of Argentina and South America to the Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid, Spain. That is how the intense rivalry between Boca and River can get. Number 1. The Eternal Derby, also called the Derby of Southeast, it's the Belgrade Derby. Is the local derby in Belgrade, capital of Serbia, between fierce city rivals Red Star Belgrade and Partizan Belgrade, two of the biggest and most popular clubs in Serbia. It has been described as one of world football's most bitter rivalries. It's a war zone. It's hell on earth. This derby is simply amazing. What makes the Belgrade Derby truly the best is the atmosphere created for the derby. No other derby comes anywhere close in terms of raw emotion, passion, flares, and flames. That was our list. Watch out for more videos. Thanks for watching.